Hello, everybody. This is Howard Friend here, HF Systems. Just a little quick run through of my Tripwire system, just to show you where where we are today, some of the trades that it takes, and how the orders and the positions are presented when I present them. So first up, Tripwire is traded on five currency pairs plus Bitcoin. Okay, so BTC USD. So what you're looking at right now is the open positions. So you can see that for the currencies, the FX pairs, there are no open positions at the moment. We're all flat, and the only position that is open is a short position in Bitcoin, which was taken yesterday. So what you can see here is the symbol, the strategy position, short seven, entry name NBO, that's the unique name of the identifier for the entry signal, the price at which the signal went long or short, in this case short, 68,935.79, the current price 67,389, so it's in the money. The orders that go around the different strategies, we have pending orders to enter a long position in dollar yen at 157.26 bid. These are all bid prices, again based on the NBO entry. Sterling yen, a buy at 199.876 bid, again NBO. Euro dollar, there is a sell at 108.054, again on the NBO. And euro yen, a buy at 170.298 bid, again on the NBO. Now, there are three entry signals. NBO is one of them. The Bitcoin short position I mentioned, the stop loss on the short is at 68.085. So we've locked in almost a thousand pips, if you will, on the short position. So let's just run through each of the markets and just to look at some of the performance stats and equity curves and some of the trades that Tripwire does. So first up, we're looking at Euro Yen. Each of these kind of periods here between the lines is one daily session, 24 hours. So you can see that it's been a little bit of whipsaw action last couple of days. Buy here, stopped out, sell here, stopped out, buy here, stopped out. So a few losers there. That was a winner. And again, you go back in time, you'll see some decent winning trades, long and short. Quite a good one there. Just looking at the equity curve, we have popping up right now for Euro Yen. This is just Euro Yen. And up it comes. So this is the performance summary. The key numbers really are the profit factor. In other words, how many dollars does it make for every dollar that it loses? So it makes $1.42 for every dollar that it loses. So it's a winning system. The maximum drawdown compared to the overall net profit going back 19 years and a bit, it's covered 21 times, 2142%. Equity curve, you can see a nice straight upward trend in the equity curve. Not a bad trend to be in if you're a bull. This is the equity going back to 2005. So you can see the market. It makes higher highs and higher lows, just like a good equity, an equity or equity index that you follow. These are drawdown periods. So every so often we will get drawdown periods. But when the market, when we make profit, makes a new high, we get a little green dot, and you can see there are many, many green dots going back over this whole period. Okay, so that's Euro Yen. And as I say, there is a potential buy on Euro Yen today, and that comes in up here again, just going back to the order book, 172.98, which is 172.98, just a little bit below the high of yesterday. So if we get up there within the time frame allocated, then we have a long position in Euro Yen. Moving on to Euro Dollar. This one had a good short position a couple of days ago. Entered short here again on the MBO, took partial profits at PT1 here, and then cut the thing out at the end of the day. The time-based exit came in, and that was the end of that particular trade. Looking again at the order book, we've got a potential sell on Eurodollar, 108.054, which is way down here. Could happen today, maybe, maybe not. You never know. But the sell stop is in place just in case it does. Looking at the performance for Eurodollar, again over the same period, going back to 2005, we have again a nice trending higher bull market in equity, going back to 2005. Again, you get these periods of drawdown, which can last several months, admittedly, but that's all part of the game. You know, that's when it comes to systematic trading, you're going to get periods where the system does really well, and periods where the system doesn't do well at all. And the trick is making sure that when you are having a bad period, you're not risking too much, and you preserve capital for when the market is in sync with the system, or the system is in sync with the market. And then we get another swing to the upside in equity. So you can see, yeah, euro dollar, it's been giving back a little bit of its gains since the start of the year, back end of last year. So it's been a little bit underwater this year so far, but not the end of the world when you think about all the previous other drawdowns that we're seeing going back to 2005. Equity performance summary. Again, the key numbers really 1.37. So for every dollar it loses, it makes $1.37. And return on maximum drawdown is 16.82 times. So that's quite respectable. And there are many other stats which we look at as systems traders. Moving on to cable. So cable has had a couple of little profits of late, just small wins on the long side, smash and grab trades here. Going back a little bit further, same kind of thing. It's had a few good trades over the last the back end of this month. Let's just look at some of Cable's performance and equity curve. Just coming up now. So Cable hit its equity high way back in 2022. So you can see that we've had quite a long period of sideways drawdown. In terms of depth of drawdown, it hasn't been anywhere near as well, it hasn't been that bad at all. We had the depth of the drawdown came in August 2023, and it's been upwards since then. So in other words, it's just a typical correction within a bull market, if you will, if you're into your technical analysis. And I'm expecting this uptrend to resume fairly soon. So again, we get these peaks and troughs, but overall the system works quite well. Profit factor again 1.4, pretty much in line with the other markets we've just looked at, and 17.5 times maximum drawdown is the net profit. Pretty good. Moving on, dollar yen. Now this one has had a couple of wins of late. Got a little bit whipped on this day, 13th of May. Sometimes you get that, buy high, sell low, and then you miss the move, which can be quite frustrating. In fact, yesterday we got stopped out of a move before it actually went to its target, but that's just the nature of the beast. The trailing stop does kick in at some point. But what you can see on the performance is a very good steady uptrend as with the other markets. Coming up fairly soon. Actually, this is let's do the equity curve first. So again, nice steady upward trend. We've been in a shallow drawdown, a bit like Cable for some time now, sideways, not really making a whole lot of money, but then not really losing a whole lot of money, to be fair. And as I say, you get these periods where the market is not in sync with the system, and you get the equity just going sideways for sometimes quite a number of months. But the trick is really not to be trading just one market. If you can apply one good system in several markets, which is what we do with TRIPWIRE, then when one market is drawing down, not making money, maybe losing a bit, the other markets really should be making money to overcompensate for the loss or the sideways move. And that's essentially how it works with TRIPWIRE. Just looking at let's just move on now. So sterling yen. Now, this one has been quite good of late. Quite a few good trades on sterling yen on the long side. Buy here, PT1, stopped out. Buy here, PT1, PT2, exit on the time. Buy here, PT1, exit on the time, exit. Buy here, hits PT1, out on the trailing stop. And this is just the last few trades. So it's been quite good. In fact, it's been pumping up to new equity highs, I think, a little bit like euro yen. They've both been really, really good, these yen crosses of late. So you can see essentially the same old upward trend as it is with the other markets, but lately just seeing these little green dots which show you that it's making the highest levels in equity since 2005, which is not bad. Okay. Looking at the performance summary, similar kind of picture, good profit factor, 1.5. So for every dollar that you lose, you make 1.5-ish. Drawdown 18.6 times, again in line with the other markets. Moving on to Bitcoin. Now, obviously, Bitcoin has not got the same history as the other markets. In fact, I think the data goes back to 2018, if I recall, on this one. Yeah, 2018, February 2018 is the data that we have, and what you can see is it's exactly the same system, same strategy, again applied to Bitcoin. Okay, so you can see that it actually does okay on Bitcoin. Perhaps not quite as good as some of the FX pairs, but of late in particular, it's really taken off. You know, we've seen a good ramp up in equity on the cryptos. It does okay on Ethereum as well, but with Ethereum, I'm not entirely happy about the spreads that the market takes from it. But Bitcoin, I think, is quite good. So yeah, you can see Bitcoin does good. In fact, that's the only position that we've got open at the moment, the short from yesterday. In fact, what I did, I posted on LinkedIn my order book and open positions yesterday, and I mentioned that there was a potential sell on Bitcoin right here. And it actually happened. And pretty quickly, we saw PT1, where a third of the position was closed out. And then shortly after that, we saw PT2, where another third of the position was exited. So essentially, with bank profits on 2/3 of this original position, and the stop loss is currently at 68,085, which is kind of just above some of these highs here today. So yeah, the stop is here. You've locked in a bit of profit even on that last third. So not a bad trade. That was quite a good one a couple of days back as well, 2 or 3 days back. So that is pretty much the state of play. Just waiting for possibly the yen crosses to have a push to the upside and maybe trigger some long positions again. You can see that euro yen, it goes down, it goes back up, but it makes a new high. You know, that's really how things have been. It's been quite whippy, and as I say, that we took a few hits the last couple of days, but it wants to go higher. There seems to be some magnetic pull of this this recent swing high. So if we get up to these highs, then we'll be long again. And the same again with sterling yen, which is here. So sterling yen, again, same thing like euro yen, just waiting for the market to have a crack at the highs, and maybe then we'll go long again. Okay, so that's pretty much where we are on Tripwire today, right here, right now. I've been trading Tripwire on a demo account the last week or last couple of weeks. Literally $10,000 account, risking a third of the equity as a drawdown, and you can see essentially it's been quite good since the start of the trading. So 10,000 closed trade P&L, and you can see it takes commission deductions. So it's a fairly good demo account because it does do commission deductions, and you can see profit factor 206. So it's been fairly good. Okay, that'll do for now. And if you've got any questions about Tripwire, if you want to find out how to subscribe to my service, I will tell you all about it. Send me an email at hmfsystems@gmail.com, or catch me on LinkedIn. You'll find me on LinkedIn, and send me a message or connect with me there. Also, I give full access. I sell Tripwire on a lease basis, on a lifetime lease basis. You can ask me about prices there. Some people want to get access to the code because they want to do things with it, change the parameters, test it, etc. And that's available, but under a separate arrangement. Okay, thank you very much.